Where is the, okay. So if you look at the Bitcoin here, this is on a monthly chart. Okay. So don't ignore these monthly sell signals. They're one of a kind. They work pretty good. Okay. But again, it's not 100% guaranteed, but you gonna, you can look what happened before, when the sell signal triggered. It's a monthly chart, so it really doesn't points to the top because of the time frame. It's so, but then you can see that the previous time when on a higher time frame when the signal triggered, what happened the next month, you know? So it triggered here after 196% move, which was for 6 months. The next month was down, and then it stayed down for 5 months, right? Which was 32% drawdown. Then it rallied for 5 more months for 119% range, got hit with another sell signal, down for 3 months in a row for another 31%. So you have a 32.7 and 31.7, which is almost the same. This one took 5 months, this one was 3 months. So this was basically April low of, with the overall market. So this is the whole year for Bitcoin right now, anyways. Okay, starting from here, this is a year low, this is the year high. So since April low, okay, so Bitcoin rallied 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it went up 6 months, counting this because this is called a 2 and 1 bar. So 1 for 6. So 5 here, 6 here, and that's exactly what we want to see. If the first swing is 5 months, the higher high swing must be greater, okay, than 5. If it's going to fall short, you're going to have a very good chance the price is going to roll over. Okay, your upside has to take more time. So you have to just look as, count the number of bars. So in this case right there, the time was good, right? Because at 5 exceeded than this. So if now the thing is, we already have a lower bar for the month, right? Now this lower bar, is not going to turn green anymore. Okay. So it all depends on the close now until the end of the month. So we have a high here and we have a low. I mean, the low of the last month was at 103. So now we have a lower monthly bar. So now if we run, we really don't have to. I know a lot of people looking at Bitcoin from $50,000 price, whatever. You really don't need it. All you have to take this low from April low to the high. All you're gonna have to just play with this swing. This is a 1 month bar anyways. So 1 month is easy to say. I mean, you're looking at four straight weeks of price torture. So we have a lower bar. So you just draw your fibs from this high to this low, right? So your fibs are right there. The same thing we're looking at, 31, 50% is 94, right? So you have a 38.2 at 100 and then 50 at 94. Those are like a typical retracement of a swing. Okay, the swing is still up, right? It's not down yet. It will turn down if it's gonna take, you see this green line right there, it'll turn down when we're gonna have the next month, which is December, if the price is gonna put another low. Then we'll have a 3 bars, 1, 2, and then another 3. It's the same thing right there. You see 3 down months here, the swing turns down. 5 down months here after 1, 2, not here because it's considered an inside bar. Inside doesn't count, right? And then here, the swing turns down. I have 3. So the direction here based on, I mean, on on a monthly time frame, and nobody wants to look at them because everybody's so focused on the weekly and the daily bars all the time. So where is the upside and where the down? Okay, now let's say if this is the low, if it's gonna hold, we have this high, which is at 109, right? Which is right there. I put a line right there. So now this area right there on any kind of a bounce is gonna act as a resistance. So you have a ceiling right there at 109, and we have this high to this low, 38.2% retracement at 100. Okay. So your zone for this month is here from 100 to 109. So you can look at any smaller time frame or whatever the case that you wanted to make. Okay. This is the range right now. If the low holds, unless if the price is gonna stay under pressure, the Bitcoin will keep selling off. Okay, and then we can make the case of the 94,000, which is a 50% retracement from April low. So I'll find a floor somewhere. Now, again, this is B1. It's only 1 month so far. Now, if you look at the previous swings, B3, B5, B2, B2, B3. So we're going all the way back to 2022. So this is plenty of them. So if you notice it here is there's gonna be one more bar has to come at least by December to at least match one of these two. Because we cannot match one anywhere because this is just the start, right? So this is up. So like we know right now, looking at the price, that we have a sell signal. Sell signal did the job this month by pushing the price down. But now we just have to see like, okay, well, do we people who are calling for 200,000 price tag by the end of the year is a complete nonsense. I just don't see that. If that happens, okay, I mean, meaning that this will see that wherever it closes now, because it's already red, as you can see. It's just a matter of where the bar will close at the end of the month. And then the next month, you're looking at a price to rally almost, I don't know, let's assume price closes at 105. Okay. You're making a case for what, 90% move. So you can picture a one bar to stretch this much to 90%. Really, do you see anywhere else you have such a monthly bar that has ever rallied 90% in a one single month? You know, but this kind of a nonsense on the Twitter people buy. It's just, I mean, I'm not saying that the price cannot, I mean, Bitcoin on if just we just look at the time frame, the price is clearly making higher highs and higher lows, as you can see. I mean, the structure has not broken. I mean, this is a bullish structure. It's just a reset right there. And if you just notice that the range is getting smaller and smaller, which is not a good sign. 119% compared to 69.5%. Because the size of these bars is not as huge. Like you need one of these, a range like something like this in 1 month, almost 50% move. You see from this low to this high. this kind of makes some room to the upside. So on the stride move, but look at the size of these bars. Okay, this is the outside bar, higher bar. Look at this bar. June was inside month, which is a neutral bar. Higher bar, lower bar. So September was just chopping around here because it the prices took out this high of this swing, right? Came back and retest, and then got another move. This was when we even started last week. Remember, we said like, I don't like this. Ending the month on the top right there with the outside bar. And same thing here, you know? And I'm just, if this was last week, when I was looking at that chart and I was like, outside bar here. We ended the month with another outside bar. Sell signal here, sell signal here. I was like, oh, this November doesn't look good, you know? And then here we go. I mean, I'm glad that we didn't had this kind of a size so far. I mean, still the month is still going. So we don't know that. This thing can stretch. You know, we just don't know that. But the point is, if you take this and this, it's exactly the same. Sell to sell, outside bar to outside bar. So, and this is only B1. If you would ask me what I think, okay, I really don't make those kind of a calls, you know. I don't I trade what I see. Bitcoin is just gonna go flat for the year, you know. So that's how I see it. There is a some sort of a bill, I guess. They're trying to pass or whatever. I don't know if the news is right or no. I don't know if somebody would know. Um, I saw it on a Twitter that Trump is trying to something related to the Bitcoin, whatever. They're trying to push that thing, and that could boost the Bitcoin. But that's not, you know, like this guy right there. Uh, and we going up or down, Chad. I mean, this is what a daily chart, I believe. What Bitcoin did with that, with the liquidation, that is literally whacked all the traders. They just, especially on the margin. I think a lot of these big players, they got completely flushed out. You know, so the buyers were in, you know, and they were way over leverage on margin, and now they got all smoked. So I mean, you're talking about BlackRock and they're buying. That's different. I think most of these people who were in the game, and they got killed. I mean, one guy we know that even committed suicide, who's actually running Ukrainian people's funds through that Bitcoin being leveraged. That's crazy. Margin trading is a dangerous game. Just keep that thing in mind. Just pay for the trade up front. You know exactly how much you're paying for it, and you know exactly how much you can lose. You really don't want to mess around with margin if you don't have enough experience and you just like over leveraging any kind of a flush out, yeah, you're done. At least debit trades are, you define risk, you know exactly how much you're risking, and you will know. Just pay for the trade. That's it. Don't mess around with these credit trades. Especially with this administration. I mean, before is different. If with this administration, I would highly suggest you just stay away from margin. Don't mess around with that. Just stick to debit plays and focus more on spreads. Other than single call plays and stuff. I mean, well, if we do it, I mean, if I see something quick, whatever that I wanted to grab, but other than that, I mean, I try to stick with spreads. That's just the way I wanted to do. Cap in the upside, and then you're thinking like, yeah, the price gotta stay down that I can sell a call credit spread, because you just want to be theta positive. You can be theta positive with a debit trade as well. So that doesn't have to be a credit spread. Okay, I can structure any trade you want. If you don't want to fight time, I will make a trade for you that you can just sit on time, just collect time. You can do that. It doesn't have to be a credit a credit spread. There are many ways you can do it. We can do diagonals, we can do butterflies, we can, those are all debit trades. But you're risking so much is to receive that much that the credit that you receive up front, they're willing to keep by the time it expires. So you just taking advantage of the time decay. You can take advantage of time decay on a debit trade. So just be careful. Don't mess around. Um, yeah, Bitcoin is nothing. Crypto here is, look at this. I mean, Ether, broken pivot, right to the high of the pivot, backed off, yesterday backed off. You see how this line right there is acting as a resistance? So that's the way it is. You're gonna crack pivot one time. That's it, you're done for a while. So this upside right there on whatever it is, Ethereum is between this low, which is this 34.75, okay, and a 200-day moving average is at 36. So this is your upside bracket zone right now. So the direction, the swing turned up, but you can see if now if it stays up, now you see like, okay, if it's gonna clear this box, okay, the chances are gonna be very slim because you gotta spend another 4 or 5 more days. This is the weak buy right here. Plus is below the 250 right here. So first it has to clear this. It's not going to be an easy one. Then it's going to face this. Once it breaks up, if the price managed to clear these, meaning that the close will be above their 200 and the 50. And if it takes out this swing high right there, which is this 10 bar pivot high, that's where you're going to make the case to the upside. Okay, so it got a work to do. So you got a first swing, two, third swing. So you basically have a low, lower high, lower low. So this any swing here that you're trying, whatever the price that rallies here is going to be another lower high. Okay, so you can basically take this high to this high, draw a line. So you have this, and then you whatever the price is going to come back, it's going to come and retest this resistance. This we're near the 50. So you have this much pocket of room to play for now. And this the count will start again once this high is going to get taken out. So this is your range. Okay, so you have to worry about anything. So you could take this low to this high. That's 23. That's the 38.2 right there, which at 3,500. That's your first resistance. Second resistance at 50, which is right there of 365 from this side of this low. You don't need to go worried about what happened there before. Just worried about this high to this low. That's your trade structure right there. So where is Ethereum? Here. Bitcoin already looked at them. Um, well, we started off a little rough so far. I got a lot of time left this month. S&P is 0.226 for the quarter. One for this. I mean, if you ask me, it's a very tough call for me to make um a double digit or like 8-9% rally into a year end for Q4. Okay. It's just not when you look at the stocks that how many of them are below the 50 and 200. That is literally not helping the market at all or the sectors. Okay. And it's just a matter of are these few handful of those names that this market is screaming on stocks like Palantir and Nvidia and some of these other ones, are they going to make up the room for another 10% move for Q4? I don't think so. This is what I've been looking the last few days. Like once it's just I'm always like thinking ahead to kind of see like can we make a 5, 6, 7% case for Q4? It's a tough bet because we had huge run from here to here, so and we're getting close toward, to the end of the year now, and that's where we're gonna have some tech selling, um, and then year-end rebalancing. There's a lot of things, like people, these institutes that close positions and then they roll over new ones and then some open up new positions. Well, I don't know how they manage their books, you know. Some they do their hedges and stuff just to offset some of the gains, sorry. So, I mean, NASDAQ 1, Russell flat, semis a 4, um, Netflix 5, down 5, Meta down 13, Microsoft 4, Nvidia flat. You really think Nvidia is going to run another 20% in Q4? I mean, earnings are coming, I know, but to me, they're gonna be baked in earnings. They're gonna report good earnings, but I just don't see a monster move. Google is doing really good. It's the best Mag 7 stock. Glad that we bought Google down here at 162. That's our cost right there. I mean, if I hope you still have it. At 162, that's what I picked it up right there. And we have shares. I had leaps as well that I closed. You remember? So we closed out those leaps, and I still have shares that I'm planning to hold. I don't think that Google is gonna come back to this price anytime soon. I hope not. Otherwise, I'm gonna go flat as well. So I'm planning to hold this thing for as long as possible. So yeah, gonna be from here to here was a pretty good run. So it's gonna be eventually due for a bit of a setback. Yesterday, right there, I mean, the month so far is an inside month, right? With all the beating, the week we just had, it's a 3.65% range to here. So, I mean, we're still going, but we really um, want to see if are we just gonna stay sideways for the month, or are we gonna end up putting a lower monthly bar? Because we're due for one. Keep that thing in mind. Because we haven't had a single lower bar since the April low. So I'm not we're not talking about December. We're just gonna focus on November. What to make out of November and how we're gonna play, how we're gonna position. Okay. So the positive is seasonality is very strong, but it's definitely not playing out so far. Correct? So we are 8 right here so far. So this is a gradual rise, but instead of this, we're doing this, right? So it actually going other way. So basically, September is considered as the strongest month of the year since the 1950. Now the question is, are they going to hand it to everyone, or is it going to go the other way around? Right? So far, the week we just had, it was a rough week for sure. Has a pretty deep, down decent range, which is 3.65%. And we're there, and we still have this much room, the days left. So we're gonna keep an eye on it and see how it goes. But so far, it is an inside monthly bar. So we want to make sure this low 65.50, which is a 10 bar pivot. Keep that thing in mind. And we don't want to break that. It's going to open. It's going to open downside. So there's some key levels that you gotta have to mark on your chart. That you kind of know, like, okay, what is the zone that you will like if that you're gonna be watching to see that we will have to defend this, not you, like the market has to defend this zone in order to stay up in place. Okay, once it cracks lower, well, yeah, your top is in. If S&P breaks 65.50 this month, this year top is in. I can assure you that. So this November is a very tricky month until December. Then December, we're gonna go into those holiday season as well. So keep that thing in mind. A lot of traders are gonna start taking time off. Then with right after Thanksgiving and stuff, and then we have Christmas. So a lot happens in December. So it doesn't mean that we lose a bunch of days and stuff with trading, but it's just not enough action. The year is almost done, and if you couldn't achieve anything in 11 months, not gonna it doesn't mean that, and 1 month is gonna make up your entire year. So it just yeah, I'm watching this. So we're okay for now because we had a pretty big range from the last month, right, to this high, 69.20 and 65.50. We might end the month with an inside month because we're technically sort of due for one. That's what I think that it might will happen this. That's what I think. The reason why I'm saying that is because we haven't had one since January of 2023. That was a huge month, but still, that was the last inside monthly bar back in January 2023. And what due for one basically is where the price just stays neutral, kind of choppy, range bound. That's what the inside months are called, just the range bound. So could be, but we know what the high is and we know what the level we need to defend. We must defend this for this month to stay in between this range. So in the next day or two, we'll find out because I really want to structure a butterfly if that's the case. NASDAQ, same thing, inside month. Russell, lower monthly bar. Okay. So this one is already did the job for the month by turning the bar to red since the April low. That's the first bar to the downside since the April low. So S&P, the NASDAQ, doesn't have that, right? Semis, same thing. Inside so far, Netflix has a lower monthly bar. Meta has a lower monthly bar. Microsoft has a lower monthly bar. So these stocks are basically kind of done for the month. We're gonna have an upside pop, but you're not gonna have a full like a trend move. Like. So Google is inside, Nvidia is still an inside, Amazon higher bar. That's the only bar we just saw has green. We're coming all the way from the top. So Amazon watch this 235. Yeah, any kind of a dip. Like yesterday I was watching, the low was 238.43 and it got a pop and close at 244. Yeah, so anything 235, watch this key level. Apple inside, Tesla higher bar, barely by a point or two. But again, it's higher, by like 3, 4 points. So I mean, Tesla just has to hold this 411. The 411 is the same as a 10 bar pivot low. Okay, so if the 411 is going to get taken out, it's going to be an outside bar. It's already turned green now, right? So we're going to want to make sure the whole holds. So now if you look at the Tesla, Tesla has been printing higher bars. One, two, three. These are two inside months. Yeah, CC doesn't even have any lower monthly bar either. So because when you starting to look at some of these like charts into like, okay, how many months that you've been going, like you making new highs? Not here. This was the sideways chart for 2 months. There you have a high here, and high here, and you have a high here. If you haven't seen any red one, so at some point it's gonna come. So, but just as in, you cannot really call this any sort of a trend move. I mean, this is your one dip back to this. So it depends. I mean, if you buy shares here, you're barely up. If you buy shares here, I mean, it depends where you bought them, right? So if you kind of like bought something anywhere here, I mean, if you bought something here, definitely you're up. If you bought something here, you're almost slightly. So it all depends where you bought them. But the point is, like, you're not really gaining much for this kind of a move. I mean, we're gonna have to see what is gonna happen. But the point is this, that price needs to clear this liquidity, has to break to the upside, and then it has to make room to the upside, right? So whatever the case you wanted to make, you want to make a case like this, and then the pullback, right? So you can think that way. It's just this, and then go like this. This is just a full V. And then from here, the price look for further continuation to the upside. But at the same time, we have to look at the overall market as well. Now, if you look at this, it's been trending up for quite some time, right? The stock is up like what, 6% year to date. I mean, the stock has terrible performance. If you look at them here, I'm gonna show you. Look at the Tesla performance this year. So six, it's right now the six. Last year was 62, 101, down 65 on 2020. Everything was down in 2022. That was the bear market was. 21, 2020, that's what the COVID was, right? 2019, So the 3 years annual rate, 3 years annual rate return percentage is 29. 5 years is 24. So for 3 years, depends where you bought them. Okay, you'd have like 29.5%. So I believe I showed you mine. I own 150 price, 75 shares that I have of Tesla from 150. Okay, my position is up 24%. Okay, so that's what it is. I'm down to 150 with all those whipsaws back and forth, back and forth. It's just shares, so I don't wanted to hold it as long as it possible. Not a very great performer. So XLK inside right there, utilities still inside, industrial inside. Again, we just start the month, so communications down already. This is where the meta did all the damage to this. Google is and Netflix. Netflix and which is 23 now, but Meta is 6. Meta and Tesla and Apple, see, Tesla 6, Apple 7, Amazon 11. Google is the only monster. Nvidia 40, Microsoft 17, 6, 23. That's it. That's the Mag 7 right there. So Tech 23, XLU 15, financials, still an inside, healthcare, healthcare looking good. Consumer staple, discretionary is up. The energy right there trying to make a move. Material down. Real estate down. Real estate got a buy signal yesterday. I saw it on a monthly bar. So for December, I wouldn't rule out a real estate to get a pop to the upside. Okay, so these higher time frame signals are really, really good to consider. XLP, this is where you have your Costco and all the other names. Walmart, this thing is down 2.4% for the year. Let's see what to do here. We're down 7 days, 4.2% range, right? 65.50, there's a red line, is what? Last month low. What is it here? It's a 10 bar pivot. Okay. So we took this leg down. Now we're below this band here as well, this ribbon. Okay, on all the names. And yesterday we put the low here at 66.31. Managed to get the move here to 66.99, which is called a 6700. Closed to 67.30. 67.41 is a 38.2, and then 67.75 is a 50% retracement. if we get a move up here, here, I'm gonna attack the puts again to play a counter trend move back this area. Okay. So we're gonna do that. So we're gonna attack puts again next week. So I'll see how we're gonna, because volatility is up, spreads are not gonna really help because the spike of volatility is not gonna do it. It has to be a butterfly. So we're gonna do the butterfly. I'm gonna tilt that thing down, give more like a bearish tilt to it. The same thing that we did this week. Okay. We're gonna do the same thing again with butterfly. We're just gonna make a structured butterfly. We're gonna have a delta and we're gonna stay theta positive. Even the fact that if we do manage to move a day or two to the upside or whatever the case is, it's just the time is not gonna kill us. You know? So we'll see what happens. We're due for you know, some sort of a relief rally, a bounce, whatever we're gonna call it. Basically, call like we need a higher bar. We haven't had a higher bar here since Monday. Lower bar here, outside bar. This is where we bought puts. This was a session that we played. I cashed it out, and this was yesterday's session, right? So I've looked at those DTR move, on the chart compared to the ATR move. So the DTR move, the reason that I closed that trade was almost at 105%. I mean, it pushed down probably like another point or two the same day. I'm fine with that. As long as I can catch a DTR to ATR of 100% or 105, 105% move, I'm out. I'm done. By the time the trade is gonna settle, the time that the day is gonna end, it's gonna close a little close to it anyways. Indexes are a little different, ETFs compared to stocks. Stocks are a little bit more volatile, so some of those DTR moves can move up to 150, goes up to even 200%, in one single day. It depends on how the stock opens and what kind of a news that stock is. And that doesn't happen that often. So don't get too excited that DTR, ETR move is going to move every single day. Sometime it does, sometime it doesn't. Like yesterday was, um, the SPY had a DTR move of 9.88. ATR was 7.5. That was a 132% move. So why the hell would you like? The point is, like, if you exceeded that DTR move, okay, by going over 100%, what are you hoping for? 200% move? You know? So just yeah, you're not gonna, if you thinking like, well, I want to have a perfect entry with the perfect exit, well, good luck with that. Well, your expectations are very, very high if you have that kind of a mindset. Take the money and run. Don't worry about it. We're gonna find another trade. So we'll see what happens here. It's right below the band here anyways. I wanna watch this zone. All directions, the swings are down. Okay. So what are you looking like? What are you looking for? It's a bounce, and is the bounce that want to take another counter trend chart. Okay, not, I mean, all the way down here. And this is the area we're gonna watch. Okay, so if you're gonna ask me like, well, should we make a bullish case? No, we're not. Okay, no, we're not. So don't ask me. And when I when this is down, you look down. When it flips green, then we'll make the bull case. But I'm not going to sit here and waste my time. Okay, so we can just literally go like this all month. Totally possible. Okay, so the volatility which is pricing into the option market has to come off. So, and it's not the only way it's going to come off when the market is going to bounce, right? So, what is the plan? The plan is defend the 65.50 this month. Okay, that's the high, this is the low, this is the range that we're in, which is 5.6% range from this low to this high. Okay, from 5.6% range of the swing right there, we already gave back 4.2 so far. Meaning the market did in the last 7 days. Okay, so we're just gonna focus from all-time high to this low and to see where the price will get another rejection to the downside. Now this one right there, as you can see, took 17 days to the downside. This was 7, 7, 7. This pig right there took 17. So this is a 4.2% range, 6% range, always going to be higher, and 3.2% range. This was 6.4% range. Okay, so the pivot is right there. You see this red line sitting right at 23.93. Look how it poked yesterday. I was watching this. I was like, this is already starting to break the pivot. The rest of them are not even close to it. And then the rod got a bounce yesterday. Because if this thing right there shifts lower, meaning it, is going to turn like this. Once you have the broken pivot like this, yeah, this top is in. Okay, so we gotta watch this. So you gotta pay attention what I post and what I tell you. These are the things that I watch on a daily basis. You don't want to break this because it's the same. Remember, we just looked at the meta before? It goes like this. They have a broken pivot. The price can rally here, but it's gonna come right back down. So you need to watch this. It's very important. Okay.
So Mo, what about buying and with the stop under that low?
You can, but again, the point is you buying something when you have a chart right there tells your direction is down.
Sure.
You can counter trend a trade, but the counter trend that you're willing to do, but do it on a very small, just a small time, like a session or two. That's all you're doing. But keep in mind that with the trade that you're placing right now, you're placing it on in a high volatility, environment. So you have to be really careful which calls you're buying and what the IV is. Okay, so you have to consider those things as well. So if you just want to simply pick up shares, that's a different thing. So you can play a same counter trend move with the shares as well. If you want to go long 75, 80, 90 delta, you can just pick up 75, 90 shares of IW. It's going to pay you the same thing, right? So an option trade is going to go up 95, but the only downside on the options that you have, you buying high premiums and you're going to fight time. When you have shares, well, you're long 95 shares, well, you don't have any time limit. So you get so the same move is going to pay you the same money. But again, one requires more capital, the other one is going to be a lot less. So it all depends. So if you notice that this band right there is turning red, it's already turned red, and it's not turning red, it's already turned red. So this area right there is going to be a sticky zone. Okay. So what we can do, can throw 50 and 200 on this. Can do 50 here. 200 is going to be down there. 50 here. 200. Hasn't really tested 50 yesterday. 200 is going to be down there. So basically what you're looking at here across the board is just a retest of the 50 moving average this week. Has all happened in 1 week. So according to Ivan, I mean, I can do it here as well. I guess according to CNBC, it was probably like 143, I believe they were counting trading session that the S&P has not tested the 50 moving average. It finally did yesterday. I will entertain any upside bounce, okay? Um, to see if we can put another short back to the downside. If the direction of the swing turns up, yeah, then we're gonna flip everything up. But not right now, no. If you want to go to a weekly time frame, that's different picture. Again, you're switching time. You gotta choose one time frame to trade on. You can't trade multiple time charts. It's gonna have a different swings. The price is gonna be the same, but it's the whole pattern is gonna change with the time. You just gotta choose one time. Swing trading, the daily is always going to be the ideal time frame. A trade that you could last for a couple of days, could last several weeks as well. Weekly is just a very long time frame. Those are like if you buying a long dated leaps or something that say like, okay, screw it, I'm not gonna sit and watch every day session. I'll just take a look at my position, week by week. Yeah, those are different. Those are not the one that you're gonna sit all day and watch. If you have 6, 7, 8 months on a position that you just open, there's no point for you to stare at the position every single day. Look at the time that you have. 7, 8 months. You know what can happen in 7, 8 months to the market if you're buying that much time in a position? Then why are you babysitting daily charts if you placed a trade in a weekly chart? So we'll see how we open Monday. That was a good close yesterday. I'm not going to deny that. I mean, that's the um, bullish candle pattern here, the green box. This one hasn't got it. Um, this one hasn't got it either, and this one doesn't either. Only this one on a daily bar. It got this green box like one of these right there. But this one cracked lower. This is exactly what I bought those puts. So we have a sell signal anyways. If the bullish case, the only way you're gonna make this once this breaks. You need to take out this high right there to make a case of this and then we'll open to the upside. As long as if you as long as the price stays below this, yeah, you just but I know how this market is because this market is pretty famous of making these kind of moves. And don't be surprised that it's not like we haven't seen these this before. Market, this time as many dips were getting bought, it doesn't really look like there's that these dips got like this thing took a big hit for sure this week. Wow, big range on a weekly time frame. 3.59, 5.84, 2.4, and 4% of this. That's a weekly range, not the close. Yeah, I mean, we either we either gonna go sideways for this promising seasonality, the strongest month, or we just gotta come down to the 65.50 to put a lower monthly bar. And this thing breaks. I mean, this is already retested it, as you can see, so we have we have this much room to the downside. This one is this. So there's support here for sure. So we'll see how the next one or two sessions will go, but we're gonna watch this area right there, this zone, along with this band. So if we do come back up and kind of retest this zone, I'm gonna target this 6,700 to the downside, you know, to see how it goes. So in the worst case, we go up to 6,800. I mean, then this has to be at 25.5. So we're basically going to be looking for the price needs to come back and close above this band. It happened. So as you can see here, there's a couple closes were below this, and then the price eventually ripped right back up. But if you see one close here, it's just we haven't got the divergence yet like this. This is a clear divergence on this. You see how long the band was green on Russell, all the way back up until here. I mean, if it flattened out, but you need the confirmation for the price to close above the ribbon right there, and the swing to flip to the upside. So we're not there yet. Okay. So the only way the swing is gonna turn up, you need 3 days of higher highs, meaning you need 3 higher bars. Okay. So let's count. Let's say Monday and Tuesday, and we need Wednesday. So we need 3 days. We need 3 days of a higher bars. We don't have it yet, right? That's when the swing is going to turn to the upside. Same thing here, 3 here, 3 here, and 3 here. So we just calculate That will put us, let's assume that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So that will give you Wednesday for the next week. For 3 days in a row, we need three higher bars. We need to count them one by one.
Mo, can you do this chart with a SPY, QQQ, IWM, and DIA?
I gotta change and why this is. Yes. Does it has to be 3 days? 100%. Swing only, swing turns up. When the swing is down, it only gonna turn up after 3 days. Okay. Correct. Yes, you need three consecutive, yeah, 3 days. It's either gonna be a 3 days or if you take out the previous swing high. So either or, meaning that you could have one bar like this, and then the second bar goes all the way back up and take out that previous swing high, then the swing will turn green. If it stays down here, that's two. And if it comes back down again on the third day, that doesn't count because you have two now and you have one lower bar. You need three. I'll show you an example of the trade that we had open on AbbVie. Right there. See, this is a 3 bar swing. So when does the swing change? This is the low, inside day, higher bar, higher bar. See these three in a row? Swing turns up. Yesterday was a higher bar. That's how swing turns. You need three. Now the trade that that we're in, we have a buy signal against 212. So as long as we can move to the upside, we're good. And if the price comes back down toward 212, the swing will flip and the buy signal will fail, which is the same thing what you see there, but you don't see a detail count like this on the other screen. But I'm just kind of giving an example. And they count three. 1, 2, 3. Swing turns up. Okay, so the same thing happens on the S&P on the other price. Any price that you look at, it doesn't matter. Okay, so we need to count Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday if we're gonna get three in a row. I know exactly. I mean, I don't know, but I have an idea where I wanted and when and where I wanted to place a put trade. So let me watch. So that's the plan. So back to this. So it doesn't mean that then we can change. You want this by stuff. So this is Russell. I like to do because I trade indexes. So you're making me change my whole screen. So it's the same thing, but there's a SPY here. So we're going to draw the same thing from here to here. And now we're going to build our zone, this. So it's the same thing on the Qs. So we can draw this. Take our fibs from this low to this. We're not even sure if this low is secure. We don't know that. We will know when the swing will turn up. That's you will mark the low. You can't mark the low right now. Absolutely not. And give you a dead cat bounce, the price gonna reverse right back down because the direction is down anyways. The only way you're gonna get the confirmation of a real low is gonna be after 3 days when the swing, the thing is gonna flip to the upside. So we're gonna build this here. This one is looking really rough to me. I don't know. It has to do a lot of work. Watch this, 242, 244. And then this one. This is like if you um on the Elliott wave, let's say a correction. First of all, corrections are very subjective. Now let's assume that this is the A wave. Okay, mark him as an A or you want to make him as a W. It doesn't matter what you want to mark. It really doesn't, make a big difference. So you had a one swing, a high and a low, right? So you put A here, W there, whatever you want to put your name there, that's fine. Any bounce that usually comes like if this is the low, but any bounce, okay, that comes in right into the 50% range, right? So the B wave in the Elliott world, it usually retraces to 50%. Okay. So now if we go with the 50% of the entire swing down, okay, so what is the 50% level? So the 50% number on that swing across the, to the upside is this one. So any bounce off the low has your 50% move, right? So that's meaning that from this high to this low, so you just came right in the middle. So you have this price zone and you have this. So you just cut them in half. It's meeting halfway. So from that 50, can it goes to 61.8? That's 246. So you have this upside that's we're gonna be watching next week. This. Okay, it's not a very wide window as you can if you notice, this from 678 to 672, that's what six points, right? Buying puts is always going to be a little tricky because you're going to pay more for the premiums because the volatility it's expanding right now, so premiums are not as cheap. Um, but these are the zones that you have because for at least the price just to kind of retest Let's see, we're close at what, 670, 672, 675. So that's why I draw these two to see what happens there. Okay. So this is this, but we rely on this. Now, if we look at, we don't have a buy signal. The direction of the swings are down. We have a sell signal. I mean, I'm gonna try to sell the bounce again. I will. So I'll just wait another day or two and see how the price goes. We don't have it. SPY, sell. QQQ, sell. DIA, sell. I mean, I kind of knew when the day I put the bearish trade on the SPY, a day before when the market opened, and I usually go through some checks, I check few things that I'm always like kind of like I'm watching based on yesterday close and how it opens and to kind of see what triggers. And remember, I even wrote on the chat as well. I says like getting flooded with sell signals across the board. If you remember that, I wrote it on the main chat. I said like the board is getting flooded with these sell signals. So when I saw that, that's exactly, I was like, you know what? Let's put a trade on to the downside. That's what I did it right away. I will, the point is that I will see signs like, like something is gonna hit because you don't see instantly, like then you start looking at bigger names. Like every time every chart that you're starting to look is like, wait a second, sell triggered here, this one triggered. You start to see like, okay, well, those are the signs that you're going to say like, okay, well, I don't think it's not a good case to make to the upside now. There's something is gonna, it's gonna take a hit. So we'll see. I mean, it just like as semis, you see, like it's we had big runs. It's just that keep in mind from April low, which is right here, there was 4 previous sell signal triggered on this chart because I keep record on them. There are 4 of them were failed, meaning that the sell signal triggered, but then the price ended up making a higher high. So then the sell signal is no longer valid. Correct? This is a 5th one. Now the question is, the previous 4 which were failed, is the 5th one is going to fail or not? We're going to find out. But the only way this thing is going to fail is the same thing what I just said before, 68.82. Sell signal triggered here on 11/4, which was what, last Tuesday. Okay. And the Monday high was 68.82. Goes to the previous day high right there. Same thing with the buy. Remember, we used the same thing. That's the buy right there. You use a previous day low as the low that must hold. So it's the same thing here that on triggered on Tuesday. This is the Monday high. 11.3 was Monday, last Monday. The high was 68.82. So this sell signal right there will stay on the board as is unless the price goes all the way back up and takes out this high. Then the sell signal, that will mean that the fifth sell signal will fail. There were four that failed before. So the question is they're going to hold or not? If it's going to hold, then it has to spend some time to the downside. Then from there, it's going to give us another new buy signal. Then we'll make the case back to the upside. You see? Because the question is, the point is, you're not gonna if you have a buy here, you're not gonna get another buy here. You have to run that course with the sell, then you go back to another buy. The price has to reset, has to pull back at some point. Then it's gonna give you the buy. Then we'll buy in, then we'll go long again. But the point is not, it doesn't mean that then, that anything can happen. This market right there is dip right there, rip. Any dip right there, as you can see, it just rips right back up. Like if you like just follow this line right there, this is all higher highs and higher lows. Now let's look at some of these big names. I'm gonna change them here on the right screen. Netflix, we already saw it yesterday, right? Let's do the service now. Smoked. Sell signal. Like, look at this. Testing this low right there. Let's put a double bottom here yesterday. This stock is just it's gonna split. It's gonna split on its own. Merck got a nice pop right there, even, but you know, right between just a little sideways. I kind of like the the look of it, just to kind of play this breakout, just to kind of like play a measured move, you know, from this low right there. I hate these kind of such a retracements. That you just got the initial strong move to the upside. You just like give everything back. Just like it's starting to look like those, like a fake moves. It pops and it just fades everything down there. Booking, nah, still going here. 3M is, if you're gonna notice something new on the chart, you don't know. I mean, I'm just trying to collect some data. You're gonna see these little blue dots. Okay. Don't, this is something new that I'm right there. This blue dot right there. This blue dot right there. Okay. This is something that I'm new. I'm kind of testing right now. So I've showed couple charts. I don't think I have anybody paying attention to it. Um, but don't, I'm just testing something new. So it's gonna, you're not worried about them. Just, I need to kind of collect some data to kind of see how it works. So there's a meaning for it, but I will explain you later once um, I'll see how it works. Yeah, some of you see this dot right there. So Meta, I just like look at UNH right there. Cell signal. It just board is flooded. Okay, with these cell signals. McDonald's right there got bit of a buy. This was an earning move, you know. Amazon is okay, so we're fine. I like to hold this sucker there. I hope it's just not gonna come back here now again. But should be okay. Should has to make some room to the upside. Um, like look at this. Look at Microsoft. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. That was included yesterday. 8 days down for 8 straight days without a single bounce. Now the question is like, oh, I should just buy. I mean, look, I look for structure. Okay, is a like I'm not. I mean, we can play a bounce. I mean, those kind of a short-term cute bounces, they just don't extend too far if the price is going to be so much under pressure, for 8 straight days in a row. It's just like look from here, which was what 9 or 5, right? Which was last month low, right? So last month low to December, October 28th. So from 9:05 went all the way till this October 1st, which was right there, right? Call like a full month of move, which is right here, right? The 191 is easier on Optima screen to let me just do it. It's so hard for me to visualize this to a time box. It's going to be much easier. So we can do month. Yeah, this is one. Copy paste this. Okay, you see, like this is September, October, full washout. So basically, what you're looking at here, this is this boxes you see here is the call a time box. So you have September, October, full washout. So it rallied up for 2 months, reverses everything in 8 days. 2 months of price action, it flips in 8 trading days. These are daily bars. These boxes are very um, um, a really good way to trade at the time boxes. It depends on what um, like you want to. The idea behind this is if the boxes are stacking to the upside, that's the bull run. If the boxes are stacking to the downside, bearish, right? You see this box right there so far is right in the middle of the previous bar. So the decision still has to be made for this month. Okay. Even the fact that we did took a beating, but we're okay. So so we'll see what happens. So you can stack these boxes back and forth. So it's going to give you a very good idea how to read a price just based on I can show you a trading like in I don't know 50 different ways that you can trade. You know. So it all depends like what do you like? You know, you cannot I'm a little crazy. It's like you can't trade 10 different strategies. It's impossible. Okay. But there's certain price when it comes, you can, there's some patterns, there's some structure that you just visualize. But then you put into a real test with, with your own strategy. Yeah, you have to adopt one strategy. You cannot trade three, four. You're gonna be a very, very confused trader. You know, Elliott wave is written differently than the Gann. Gann is completely different, right? But there are, very similar moves, swings, and with the wave structures about the same concept. But they're not identical, right? So there is you don't want to confuse yourself. I'm crazy. Sometimes just ignore me. Talk too much, or if I show you some, I can keep you up all night. I've shown you 50 different other ways, but that's just not the point. My edge is this. Okay. This is what I want to trade. So if you see right there, the all boxes are all stacking up. Each, so it means that this is once the box will start to to shift to the downside, yeah, as meta. So if you don't want to go by monthly time frame, you can do a weekly time frame. You just have to change it to 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 the to the weekly time frame. And these little boxes is 1 week, you know. So now this box is gonna be for 5 days. So any days that the box flip, boom, trend change. So it depends. You can do a day box. You can do a weekly box. You can do a monthly box. You can do a quarterly box. You can do a yearly box. Do you ever know, um, what's this guy's name? Darvas box. Darvas. He he was a very successful trader. His theory is all about he trades box. That's what called Darvas box. I think up it has it right there. Let's see if I can clean this thing up. It has it here. I don't think anybody uses it. Let's see if I can. Yeah, Darvas boxes. This guy is so successful trading these boxes. It's unbelievable. Read about it. You will know that how these, I mean, I moved them over there. How to trade a box, that's his strategy is because he designed this thing for people that who works full time, but they like to trade on the side. There's tons of you guys as well. So his thing was like you do what you do and you stick to a strategy with the box. You know, it's a very interesting strategy that he has. So you can change them, depends how you want to set it up. Yeah, I mean, there's some settings you gotta have to play around to see that there's a pretty big gap. So I wanna. So basically, what it is right now is that the box will generate, will form. Okay. Um, right now, the box right now has a high of 211. You see the little line right there? So now it's waiting for another low to form. That's when it's gonna create that box right there. Okay. And then that from that box right there that he's trying to either play for a breakout or to the breakdown. Depends on the direction of the trend. So you just have to kind of like it's hard to do individual stocks. You're gonna need a scanner, and then you just easier on Optima screen. Here you have to script this thing, see which stock has a completed Darvas box, and then from there you could um, play the breakout. But it's been really, really successful. I'm not gonna you can you can read about this right there. The Darvas box theory is a momentum-based trading strategy developed by Nicholas Darvas in 1950 that involves buying stocks hitting new highs and selling when they fall from these peaks. It is trend following system that uses boxes defined by a recent high and low to identify entry and exit point, relying heavily on price action, trading volume, and key indicator. It's a really interesting strategy, but it doesn't mean that it explain you kind of if you want to go a little bit more deeper into it and um, you know so you're gonna let me see. I hate this when people who sits and think I want to make $300 a day, I want to make $400 a day. You should never ever do that to yourself. It's just the worst thing you can do. You should never put a limit for a certain dollar in your head. Okay? You're capable of making thousands and thousands of dollars, not 100, $200. Okay? It's just so it means that if you enter a trade and if the trade moves $200, you're gonna cut it because you made $200. What if that 200 is gonna turn into a $900? So you don't even have to look for that 200 for the next 4 days. Yeah, don't do that. It's just such a cheap, narrow mentality, that you're putting yourself and then you just like only focus on that $200 mark. That you enter a trade and you just kind of like praying like, oh, if I can make 150, $200, I'm just gonna close it. If you stick to the plan and the right setup, the thing can print you thousands of dollars if it goes. So I was just goofing around. Um, that Nvidia, see Microsoft is 8 days. Nvidia sell signal. See, look at the reversal this week. I mean, all these highs right there. We just either have to wait for another buy. Look at the volume spike yesterday. Okay, the point is like, what is the screen telling you? Sell signal with the downswings across the board, right? It's all happened in 1 week. Okay, we can go back here to Mag 7. Apple is the last soldier standing. That's what I kept saying for the last 2 days. Look, this is what I'm saying is like since the Tuesday, okay, when the market opened and I knew that we even rallied right there. So we made a that just doesn't like when I start looking at other things, it's just like it doesn't look good. you know. So sorry here, not this one. This day right there, not here. This this outside bar. This right there was just I'm like starting to see rotation and I'm starting to see the swings has already turned lower. And then I'm seeing so I like okay, let's do so. Yeah, that's why I did a counter trend move just to kind of see how it goes. So we'll see. So any kind of a move, if you can get them right there, a little bit of a healthy pull, I'm gonna show it again to play and again to the downside. Screw it. I mean, so as long as sell is active, well, just try to focus, try to keep hedging to the downside. If it flips back with the buy signal to the upside, when the swing direction will turn, then we'll focus to the back to the upside. For now, there's nothing to look to the upside anymore, for now. We just have to wait a couple more days. Um, there's so many Tesla range bound. These Tesla did kind of put up a new higher monthly bar, but it has to break this pivot to make that room to the upside. So it's just range bound right there. So we did squeeze the last trade. I put a new one on yesterday. I'd rather just, you know, stay toward the upside. So because it's a complete mess, as you can see right there. Um Against this low right there, which is that's 411. So we just, we're directional. We stay theta positive. That's it. So at least if we dip down a little bit, yeah, I mean, with our time is not gonna kill us. So we'll be gonna be okay. I mean, if we do kind of make a move up here like this, I mean, we can cash it out and call the day. So this right there, this grind, the sideway grind, the ideal strategy here is the diagonal. Okay. So almost 65% implied volatility. Yeah, you shouldn't be dying to buy some calls and stuff. The Ivy is gonna kill you. So that just choppy and range bound. Broadcom right there got a sell signal. I mean, it's just we have to wait, man. Seriously, I know some of you are dying to trade every single day. I don't do that. So I know some just you think just gonna miss out everything. Let's see what we can find. I did put a 8 stock scan. I did it yesterday after the right there. So there are 8 stocks. They have a confirmed direction of the swing is up with rotation. It's funny that Ruben got I believe he probably signed up for some sort of a trial. I was gonna say something to him, and I think he got that rotation on the stockchart.com or whatever. That's he just if he's just like probably looked at the rotation thinking like, oh, he just a certain security is forming a hook. That's not how it works. Okay, it's you know, it's I know he doesn't understand that. I was gonna write that thing, but we're you know the way everything was kind of moving, I was like, I'll get back to him. Rotation is not all about the hooks. Get that thing out of your head. It has ratios, it has momentum, it has a lot of things in there. If you just like simply looking at a certain rotation that just like had a hook like this, and that the hook can formed here like this or here, that doesn't mean, you know, no, that's not how it works. Okay. You could have a hook up, but you could have a direction of the swing is down. Those are tough to fight, you know? So what I have it here is the top of the line, you can call it. This is very well scripted. I've tested these things, how it works. And you guys have seen tons of trades that we have traded. I mean, how it works. I don't jump on all of them. We take very selective pairs and just take a shot at them. Even the fact that I can take some other ones as well, but you know, but that's just too much trading. I want to kind of control myself as well with trading. Can't just to run 7, 8, 9 option positions all at once. So these are the ones that showed up. I ran a scan yesterday after the close. That I usually do that. Now these stocks has every single one of them has a buy signal, and rotation is good, and the swing is up. Okay, so there's 8 of them. I don't even know any of these companies, to be honest. But that's the scan. That's what it shows. Okay. So this all here, RRC, this is energy minerals. Okay. Has a 35-40 buy. Closed yesterday with a bullish engulfing candle. There's a 97% buyers in there. Target is this, support is this. Okay. So it's all here based on this rotation. So I'm not, I hate to do that. Some of them are just kind of trade like this is the finance. There's different rotation, just whatever show, is coming up. The energy minerals and Newmont got a buy signal, has improved on a swing as well and the rotation. So you have that here. Yeah, weave. This one looks very interesting. This is a very coil chart. It closed yesterday with a bullish engulfing candle. I looked at it. I think I showed you this one. This. See, it has a bullish engulfing candle. This thing is coiled. This thing is gonna crack. This range looks like a triangle to me. You see, you got a 1A, B, C, D, and E. If I would have to go like this, a contracting triangle, um, it has that mean reversion buy signal and the rotation is improving. Stock is trading above 50 and 200. This is a very nice, again, it's still range bound. Got that little dot doing some of the work, but those a little choppy because it's kind of sideways, not one of these ones just rips like this. But it looks good. I might take a swing at that one. I don't know if they have earnings coming up or not. That's if of I don't know when they report earnings. So we gotta look into that. It's a good bet to make for a breakout. It's just been sideways since last month, 10-10 for this low. So we're right into this 11.7. So it might chop it around for another day or two, but the direction of the swing is up. So that's the positive along with this. So the point is, like, all these stocks that I ran it here, there's another one here, technology service PSN, NI is a utility. So it's different sector. I have energy, finance, tech, and utility. So you have rotation is broadening across defensive stocks and cyclical as well. So ideal mix, just a mixed read. So I just ran a scan yesterday. No, it wasn't. I'm going to show you a two-step process. Okay. I need this. I'm going to show you a two-step process. You want to find trades, what you can trade, what you cannot trade. I'll make it real simple for you. Let's do 500. We can do 1,000. 1,000 is going to pick up a lot. We have Russell, where the heck it went? Right, there's 200. Let's do a 500. S&P 500. So there's 82 stocks. Okay. Ah, jeez, why did I click that one? I need this. Hold on, too much. Okay, this. So we ran a scan on a 500 on a rotation, 82 stocks. Now the question is, are you going to trade 82 stocks? No, you will not. So just filter it. Filter the top leaders. So how do we do that? So if we're going to do this, open this. Now here you have 82 stocks. Okay. There's tons more in there, but these ones meet the specific, we have to filter it. So there's 82 stocks. So we hurried. So these are all forming a hook. So it means that we just keep buying left and right. No. So the two-step process that I have for trading is this. First scan, then I'm gonna take only these ones, check mark these ones, which has a confirmed right up till here. These all swings are down. Even the fact the rotation is looks right, but not the direction. We want to match two of them. So we're just going to take these ones. Get rid of this. Now we check marked only up till here out of 82. So we got what? 1, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 19. You think that's not enough? It's plenty, right? So we open this. Now we open a new watch list. We don't need this. Rest. It's all garbage. So filter this. Now we go back to again. Now we see that all of them has a confirmed swing is back to the upside. Take this. There you go. So now all these stocks are right here. Right? Which one we gonna play? Now we go back to this screen. Now we're going to take XEL, no confirmation here. DGX, no confirmation here. SRE, no buy here. That's what I do. This is on a trade. I got a bit, like a little bit of big plot. I have the earnings or something. Here you go. This one triggered. Oops. Now you have to look at this. Stock is trading above 50. Stock is trading about 200. Stock is up 18% year to date. Has a buy signal, rotation, direction of the swing is up. You think that this is not a good bet to make against this low? If this low is going to get taken out, meaning the buy signal is going to fail, direction of the swing is going to turn down, and the rotation is going to shift to the left. All three conditions will be wrong. So I found one so far. So okay, that's what I'm. There's not that many because the market under pressure is number two. NEM. Okay, what's the same case? Rotation is improving. Direction of the swing is up. Now this low of 78.59, which is 1104, which was Tuesday low, has to hold. So what is the upside? We're just going to play the upside from here. So that's the trade structure. This is years of work. You see them in a matter of minutes. It takes me what, less than 5 seconds to run a scan, filter only the ones has up direction, and then just bring them here to this screen. So there's two of them. Then see, I don't know some of these names, some weird companies. Like I know there are all S&P 500 stocks there, but you just don't see like one screen doesn't confirm the other one. I need both confirmation. You know, here you go. DGX right there, Quest Diagnostic. So in this case, this low holds, the buy signal is in, direction is up. I play the upside against this low. That's the trade. ATO. So we just found what, three of them? Here's another one. That's this Atmos, whatever the energy is. Right there, that's the blue dot, right? So this one, that's the pivot right there that it needs to break. And this low must hold. This is the entire S&P 500 I just did right there. AEE right there. That has it might come on Monday. That's a pretty nice, has a pretty strong close. The stocks will react because the rotation is improving. Now, this move that you're looking at here is way early than anybody else gonna see it on the screen, but you get multiple confirmation before you enter a trade. It's the thing, the point is like I don't know any of these names. I mean, Newmont, yeah, of course, I know. Electronic Arts already got bought out. But like, I mean, rotation, it just doesn't look good. That's what last couple days I said is like rotation sucks because what it shows in a scan, if you want to go back to the other ones, now you want to go back here, all of these stocks. So you want to go to RMD here. Okay. Oops. RMD is, see, trading below 250, just so that's what I'm saying. You can't just rely on that hook. I'm gonna tell Rubens this kind of a stuff can cost you a lot of money. Rotation is not rotation, just a probability, just like every other, you know, any other things you do in all day. There's no such a thing as guaranteed. But the thing is, like, you can't just jump on, like, there's another one, VRSN, right there. This one. So this buy is here, but the swing has not confirmed it yet. You know? So you're still trying to get yourself in the trade based off the same what we follow. And this is a horrible stock to trade with options, just to keep that thing in mind. It says this stock has no liquidity. But like Netflix, yeah, triggered a buy signal. O'Reilly, OMB, NVR. Like, but the thing is, like, NVR, see, they're like some stocks here, but their swings are down, you know? It's Costco here. I mean, we don't have to go. I mean, we just, I do 100. We can do S&P 100 there. This is it. It's the top leaders. So if you can just go here, this is what I like to trade. Look, every single stock has a downswing. The only reason I opened AbbVie yesterday because the swing turned up on that way, and it has the buy signal. So I enter the trade. So we'll see how it goes. But the rest is like, look, so you cannot, the point is, you cannot just rely on this. If you're going to act early because you're desperate, but you don't have the confirmation yet, you know? So that doesn't mean it's not like this one is 14, right? So we just run in a 100 stock scan. So there's 86 more stocks. There's somewhere here. Okay, there's sitting some up here, here. And if you want to see a full 100 where they are, we can do it that way. Where it went 100 here. Now you see full 100. There you go. It's very tricky, it's just we have no idea how much time I really spent to learn this thing. It's just how the heck this rotation actually works. It's not about these hooks. It has nothing. It means anything. These tails and all that, but it has a lot of meaning behind these ratios that you gotta sit and fight. The momentum. Momentum is everything. It's what we need. So all the other ones that you hear, these are all 100 stocks in one single screen. So what, we're gonna jump on these ones because this one right there, DXN, look at that. Yeah, you can't just do this filters everything. I've been using this Get rid of all this and run them again. It's not big. 1,000 is gonna pull up a lot. Russell 1,000. So all the 500 stocks is gonna be there, but it's gonna pull up some of these other names. But again, I don't want to 130 stocks because you're running a thousand stock scan. Took 10 seconds. Same thing. Watch list. All those stocks are here. This, how many down? These are only up. So now you're gonna mark only which are up. So the stocks that I posted on the Slack last night are the ones from here. So where is open watch list? There. Rest here, garbage for now. That's it. So you just go here. Well, it gives you the exact sector. This one, this, and then you filter these ones to these 8 names. So the RGA is here, RRC. Again, I mean, I don't want just, I'm showing you something doesn't mean you're just going to act on them right away. RRC, W, whatever it's all here. All 8 of them are in here. So I checked all of them, but these 8 right there has a confirmed um, the buy signals as well. So which we already looked at them. I kind of like this one, Weave, but I want to we're gonna check and see when they report earnings. I think this thing is gonna break. Chart looks pretty coiled. The rest is some of these stocks don't even have enough liquidity. It's another problem. You just gotta go with shares, which I can. It's not a problem. I'd rather just, if you ask me personally, I love to just buy shares. You know, it's 50, 75, 100 shares. I'll buy it all day long. This is the trade right there. Like, I wanna I wanna structure it like an option trade, right? Oh, this is a $7,000 stock. Never mind. Jeez, what company is this? NVR? What do they do? Look at that, $7,000 stock. I gotta buy a signal here. It actually showed up on a scanner, huh? No. Like RGA right there. I don't even know what this is. You see, like straight like this. It's a nice bullish wedge pattern here. Just trying to play the breakout. Just it's what I do to my brother's account all day long. That I run him. He's doing pretty good. 35 shares, 40 shares, 35, 40 shares. That's what I've been doing in his account. I run a scan, stock shows up here, instantly boom. 30 shares right away, 35 shares, 40 shares, 50 shares, depends on the price of the stock. You know, he's been cashing out. I talked to him last night. I was like, "Are you even looking for a job?" He's like, "Yeah, I got two interview. He had 2 interviews so far, so we'll see." So like, I might be able to get one of them. Like, just stay home. You got money coming. Again, it's not easy, but it's just no time limit. I love owning shares. Well, I mean, stuff is gonna roll over. Yeah, just cut it up. That's it. What do you mean? The plan failed. It's a good plan, two-step process. Scan, filter the scan just to the direction of the, to the stock. Come back to this screen, confirm with the buy signal, take a shot. I was looking at mid cap. Um, those are very tough with options. So if you are a share, if you have enough little capital that you can consider those trades, where the heck my rotation went for this? I was looking at this, we are tracking this. So we have a value and we have an S&P value. See, value stocks here are starting to form a hook, right? And this mega growth here is starting to form a hook to the downside. It's not confirming. Strength is still holding. Okay, so I just have the sell signal that has everywhere across the board. I think it's gonna stay in place for a while, you know? The only way I can be wrong by making that call is for a full reversal back to the upside, which can happen, but I just don't see what the screen is showing here. You see, like if this rotation is starting to rotate, it's not out. It's still in a lead-in quadrant, but we're tracking this every single day, as you guys, I post this every day for a reason, not for you just to look at them, because we're tracking them on a real time to see where the money is shifting. So if this eventually rolls over and if it starting to rotate out, yeah, that sell signal is gonna stay in place for some time. Okay. I want to start the fourth wave, but I want to wait for another week. Just to see on the wave. I don't even have motor wave up to be honest. But I did show it to you, the wave count. So it should be up there somewhere. Okay, so I went over this and just I don't know what thing yesterday I did. I don't so I only do Elliott just when I'm in a mood. I swear I don't even turn motor wave on to be honest. Costco, I already did this one for him. He was asking. It's up there, what I'm talking about. Just, geez, how much we talk like chat every day. It's crazy. I don't, the, did you see this quarterly chart? We've got room to run. It's very, I have this. This is a quarterly bar that most people don't even, you know, this is not a trading, this is not for traders. This is investors map, you know. So just look at the the price. This is from the credit crisis low when S&P went down to 666 back in 2009, right? So this dip right there, 57% was the credit crisis low. This is a quarterly bar, so each bar is 3 months long. Okay. So you have 25 quarters, right? 3-quarter reset, 24 quarters, and this is a reset back in 2022 bear market. Now we're only 12. We just made it halfway through. So you focus on 25 and 20. So what does that tell you? This is a 6-year cycle that resets after 6 years. This run from here has a 6 years. This is going to be a 6 years as well until this line. It's a really good looking chart. Gives you exactly 6 years reset, 6 years reset. And we're only 12 quarters into it. I mean, the swing is clearly to the upside. I did send a tweet on this as well. The um, right here, quarterly structure from the credit crisis low, 2009, 2015, 220% range for 25 quarters, 15 quarterly reset. 2016 to 2022 was 166% in 24 quarters, was a 27% cyclical read. That was that 2022 bear market low. Then from 2022 until now, 98% in 12 quarters. That's a mid-cycle advance. It's the same thing here. We just looked at them. So basically what it is that you don't take this low from credit crisis, 6 years, reset, upside projection is 200%. Right here to the 47.15. The high was 48.18. Okay. Reset, bear market started. Now we're back up here at 98% 12. If we take this low to this high, projected from this low, the upside is 95, 100. So it would be my long-term target for now in the S&P. At 10,000, I know. I mean, this is on my monthly wave count anyways. You know, this is, again, this is not a trading chart. These are quarterly bars. So plenty of you gonna get a panic attack over a one single week. I did somebody asked me about month right there. Remember this? This is from $16. Wave 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the fifth wave. You see that 9,600, that 9,600, I believe what I said. Yeah, whatever, the 9,500, sorry. See, came right here into the yellow zone that I already marked. This was, I don't know what date was that. This was S&P was 6,052 right there. Now these are monthly bars, so don't get confused. Those are quarterly bars. So this was when I labeled this thing was 6,052 and we rallied all the way up to 6,900. Almost 900 points higher. But you don't really see that because these are 1 month bar. So it's a very, very long time. Um, so just basically what it is you have a pretty well extended wave 1. So your wave 5 right there is going to be shorter. I want to show you that example and in the motor wave, and then we should be okay and good to go. Let me log in. God, I'm so bad. I don't even look. I don't even look at the Elliott wave anymore. Yeah, do this. I'm gonna show you the wave count. Yeah. We've been tracking this wave count for a long time, right? So since April low, you see this wave one down in two, that's up in three, down in four and five. The typical five versus one relationship is right here at 71.54. So it's possible. I mean, if the price reverses, we're just gonna have to make a little adjustment in the price to these labels. But when you have extended wave one, which was 9.21%, right? That's almost like a what 1 year move. It's how much S&P average per year. When you have an extended wave one, your wave five will be shorter in duration and time and price. So where does it typically goes to? 61.8 instead of 100%. Okay. So the 61.8 was 69.17. All-time high is 69.20. I killed this low. I don't know about this what, but I need another week to confirm. If this third ended here, okay, now we have a sell signal. Swings are down. So we don't know. I mean, we might be in for this third. We might be in for this third to move up here, kind of goofing around here in a fourth wave. That's possible as well. But I'm not gonna change. I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. It's gonna take another week or two to give much better idea. So let's say if this third ended at 69.20 to the 61.8, if this fourth wave is starting to go, it's gonna go all the way up till that's like bare minimum till December 20th, you know? So that'll put you out almost toward the end of the year. I have a pretty feeling that we're gonna end the year in a fourth wave somewhere. I don't know where, but somewhere in a fourth wave. Wait for this fifth to rally to start the year, and then the second wave. And when this second wave is gonna come, we want to make sure that this second wave must stay below this range, which is 21.34. Okay. The second one. You don't want to have this thing exceed more than 21, 22%. We're going to have a problem long term because this is 2022 bear market low, 27.53, correct? 27.53. This one is 21.34. You see the corrections along the trend are getting shorter. 27 against 21. So after completing a five-wave move, the next second wave that you're gonna get must be shorter than 21. You don't want to have too deep, like second wave like this. Like look at the size of this and then look at this. You know, I know how wave count changes. So, well, we're not even there yet, so don't worry about it. But this party is coming. Something. This was the ABC that we a lot of 2025. So another 10, 15 is gonna come this time here as well in this second wave. So this is the most accurate wave count that you ever come across. So keep dancing as long as the music is playing, then we'll see when we're gonna shift and when we're gonna de-risk and but the point is like we're gonna be due for this. You can't call um this higher degree fourth wave because this second wave here 6.92%. You can't just put a tiny wave four here. No fourth wave will last only one single week. A smaller one, yeah, we gotta have to shift it. So you can just, I gotta have to move all these labels around, push this move here, forget about everything else, go something like this. Now that's the different case. See, could be, it's possible. See, now this one, 3 versus 1261.8. And then we have 4. The fourth wave still hasn't even tagged the at least 23.6, which is still at that 65.36. So there's no point to change. It's not how I do things. Just want to leave the way it is for now and just gonna watch. So then, yeah, leave it like this. So I don't know yet, but we'll find out by next week or so to see. Because it's just only a one down week. So weekly is, we don't want to lose this by putting, this is a bearish structure for next week, right here. I was going to show you this one. Bearish structure here for Russell. So he took a leg down. This is forming another bearish structure for next week. These are weekly bars. That's what I'm saying. The we're gonna I want to sell. I want to try to put another trade back on here. You know, try to put a trade back on. Because the problem is this, that you see this weekly right there has a sell signal on this screen since June 27. This one has a sell signal, lower weekly bar. This one has a sell signal with a beta structure, took a hit down. These ones hasn't got a sell signal yet, but I'm watching beta structure. This was a bearish structure as well, end up going higher. Doesn't mean it cannot reverse. It can. This was bearish, end up going higher. This was bearish, end up going higher. So don't like think like, well, this is it. Yeah, I mean, this is the game of probability that we see. This beta structure played out really well. So I don't know. This market needs some sort of a. Trump was pretty quiet this week, right? No crazy tweets. He behaved pretty well. Got a new haircut as well, if you notice. So it's oh, government shut down. I don't know. Yeah. Look, this is the thing that you can sit here and move these things around. And this is what I don't want to do, right? And this is the only reason that there's certain things, like I'm keep changing this and then just keep posting this. What is it? Where you at, basically? You know, this is just very like, I don't know where you're gonna go with that. Like one day, one session ends, and the next day you're gonna change everything. Like, oh no, this is third, this is fourth. Like, I mean, and you in a trade? Why you even in a trade if you don't even know where you are? I just wanna, I'm gonna leave this one as is from here. The reason why I'm saying this is because the directions is down, sell signal is intact, right? So there's no point for me to scale and like kind of like project anything to the upside. If that picture changes, meaning that the the swing, the direction of the swing turns back up, and then we end up picking up another buy signal, yes, then I'm gonna have to adjust this wave count. Until now, I'm just not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna leave the way it is. This one fits right. Am I gonna say like, well, are we in a fourth wave? Well, when if the right way or the real confirmation that I'm gonna get from a fourth wave is when the weekly swing flips. That will confirm you the fourth wave. Until then, it needs more time. So wave count is there, is fine. I mean, if it's gonna set back in a fourth wave, monthly we saw like, we're still in the inside range. So the 65.50 is the mark right there from which is the last month low. We might go sideways, just end the year, sorry, end the month staying in an inside bar. We're due for one. We haven't had one since for a very long time. So we just go range bound, just go sideways. So technically, like if you look at the price structure, is the price is broken or does it look like a bearish market? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. 4% dip that we had, that doesn't change this. We rallied, God, like 43%. 43%, and we just set back for a little over 4%. I don't know. I mean, we're just gonna see. I just want to see this range. This we could be in for this range right there between 65.50 and 67.64. This these are daily bars, so it's just a very long time. But the point is that we're gonna be due for some sort of this setback. But then when you look at the big names like Microsoft, sell signal's been down for 8 days in a row. I mean, are you expecting that what those 8 down days that took out 2 months of a price in 8 days alone? We just looked at them with the time box. You expect like what Microsoft just rip like what V shape? It hasn't even showed up on the rotation yet. Look at where the momentum is. We're trying to buy something that has momentum, but you know, it's I don't know. I mean, my plan, what I'm planning to do is I'm gonna watch this. We need at least a day or two of a bounce for a higher bar. We don't even have one, you know. So this last 4 bars we had is all to the downside. We haven't put a one single higher bar. So we do for like a one or two just to kind of like put a pause on the selling. And then from there, we're gonna see if we can play another counter trend move. I'm not saying that we're gonna go right back, retest the lows. Could be, could not. Never know. But we at least can play a move back. Whatever the case is. As the sell direction is down, we just look down. That's it. When it flips, we flip. There are a few. I don't know if some of you. I mean, I don't want to. This is S&P 400 mid cap index. There's 400 stocks. Has 47 results. Do the same thing. I'm just every day. Like that's what I do. Okay, nothing else. Just these. I don't even look at those. Like when I'm running, trying to find trades, just just pick whatever I have. Open watch list. Just close it. Garbage. There you go. This. That's it. And now I'm gonna take this screen to my other screen right there. Now I'm gonna see like, okay, how many, if I want to buy a small cap, nothing here. But some of these names, they don't have enough liquidity. There you go. This guy get ready for a breakout. Right there. What is this? VP Carry Finance, a finance company. 67. It's $1.17 ATR. Nothing, not a very big mover. See, this is what I try to find something that moves, not like a dollar, like, but these are all small caps. RGA, we already looked at them. PSM, there you go. This is ready for a breakout. This one moves over 3 points. So this yesterday moved 5 points. Look at this. This is ready to go. I won't even go that deep. See, there's a 3 swings up now. That's how the direction is up. What is this? PSN? I'll show you the example. Some of you are kind of new to this world of swing trading. There you go. You see this low? You go like this. It's how you count 3 bars. Outside bar, that's where the low was. One, that considers a 1 bar. Second bar was the inside bar. Third bar was a higher bar. The swing turns up. That's it. So when you have 1, 2, 3, swing turns down. You need to count 3 in one direction. That's how the swing turns up and down. But I have everything there, so it filters everything. So this is one PSN. Where is that stock? Right there. So we have, see, momentum right there, the green line. They got the crossover. That's what you want. When this green line right there makes that divergence. Now this has to pick up, the momentum has to pick up here along with the price. And then as long as the price stays above, Oh boy. The 79.67 low, which is this 11.6, which was what, 2 days ago. Yeah, we just play the upside. This take out this high, which is 89.50 to 90, whatever. We don't know how far price goes, but these are the trades. MUR so sideways. This might get something. See, this swing is up as well. These are confirmed swing up. So there, you don't see the signal here yet, but it might come on Monday. So there, look, there you go. You need this breakout right there for this trade to play out. Some sort of like an ascending triangle pattern. So many of them. I mean, I looked at this one, Casey, expensive stock. Got a buy signal. Swing is up, rotation is improving. Now this one right there against 511 low for this move to go to the upside. 50 is about right there. Moving average 200 is here. BCO. See? Some of these, like, they don't think they have much liquidity and stuff. I don't know. Never even. But again, these are all, there's nothing here. It's probably a huge move. Some like these stocks right there, like, if you know some of these companies, fine, but it just filters everything from those 400 stocks. Oh, Hyatt Hotel, that's the, see here. You know this. Marriott, oh boy. Oy, oy, oy. Got a big pop yesterday. Yeah, this one and Marriott, they go side by side. Yeah, there you go. I know they're both husband and wife. They've always gonna move. They both move together. Marriott got a massive pop yesterday. What they have earnings or something? Oh, Marriott push is gonna push all the consumer services. Yeah, these are all mid cap stocks. Yeah, rest of the rotation is gonna come. It's just a circle. You're picking up what is rotating out in, and then you just all the other ones, which are all here that are rotating out, once they're gonna be starting to rotate back in, that's gonna confirm everything here. So I mean, the thing is, like, I closed it. These ones here, there's 47 of them. We only picked the one. You see, the ones that are down, these names are there as well. But the point is, the direction of the swings is down. It's just tough to fight the upside on these names. Even the fact that like Wyndham Hotel VW is probably gonna move probably yesterday because of Marriott. You can do, what's that ticker? PK. Just looking on the hotels. You see a lot of hotels got a pop yesterday on a down day. Park Hotel. Is Wyndham VH. Didn't really move much yesterday. You see this rotation, it filters it. But look at this. So this is why it says is don't rely on those hooks. They can those things can cost you serious money if you just, oh, this one is going up and this is improving and this. And that's not how it works. See, like DLB, like I'm just like looking at some of them have downswing, but their rotation, oops, the rotation is starting to give a little bit of an early sign, but the structure just not confirmed. So there's absolutely no chance I'm just like looking R. See, I mean, it took a long, big beating right there. So rider, there's a transportation. I mean, I always every time when I run a scan, the first thing that I do is just to look for the big name. Those are always the ideal bets to me. But they will come. They're not there yet, but that's how we run scan every single day. I run them like every 2, 3 hours, 2 hours. First hour, no, because it's already gonna be there. Nothing's gonna move much. I run like around like noon time. I'll run one, then I'll run one at the close. Just to kind of see like how much of a rotation has shifted, whichever direction. Now the stocks that you want to kind of the ones that are rotating out, like these are the ones that are gonna be showing some weakness in the coming days. And these ones, there's 15 of them are showing. Uh, this See, like these stocks here, they're rotating out. We're looking for one that rotating in. So now these ones will confirm these with a sell signal now instead of a buy. So all you basically doing is to flip it, right? You flip the same script into a different opposite direction. See, you got a sell here. So they're all gonna get in hit with sell signals now, you see. They've been working now because the market got heavy. So very tiny small ALGN here, Dow here. See, they're all gonna because they're all rotating out now. MMM, sell here, RTX. So I run these ones as well. I run these ones as well just to kind of get like um to get an idea like okay, which one is rotating out, which one is we did this trade STLT. A sucker went all the way to 59. I took it early. So it was I'm looking for these pad like setups. It's just not you don't find them. Just get them my nerves. You see you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 a diagonal, three down. Got this buy signal. I did pick that one up at 125, then I dumped them right there. And look at the breakout here. And I even set the target at 159. Look, price went to 164. It's just a classic zigzag pattern. Five up, three down, five up. Just play a measured move from here. I end up playing a 11-point move or something from there. It's a very nice buy signal on this one triggered in this day. Look at that sucker went all the way up till here. I mean, it chopped around, as you can, it's just not a very clear shot to the upside, but so that's a pretty big run from here to here. Just a measured move. You see, take this low, this high, projected from this low, 100% equal this and 159. Price went at 164. Yeah, these are just, you don't find them bad. There was another one we did. Yeah, this one. This trade went like crazy. Same thing. Chopping around here. 5 up, 3 down. See, so bottom here, start, deleted 43.60 to 56. High was 58.91. It's gonna face some resistance here because it has this channel. Yeah, so from here to here. So medical, it's the same thing as showed up on a scanner. You know, the way I'm just showing you. This name popped up. I was like, it just looks really good. And then I came here to this chart. I was like, this is an 8 swing move. 5 up, 3 down. And just kind of like hand label it here. I'm just like, okay, we'll see. I project the upside where it shows 100% relationship. As at 56. Like, okay, I'll just buy some shares. Rotation looks good. Swing is up. Let's go. So it moved pretty fast. Like, you see how directional move it is? Like, it just keeps on going really fast. The other ones kind of dance around back and forth, not as a clean breakout like this. This is the proper breakout of a wedge pattern. See, like a 5 up, 3 down from this wedge here. This is the clean breakout. You see, it's accelerate like this. Not like something that the the one just goes like this. I hate those moves. It's moving, but you just giving so much back that every time everything you get. But again, every stock has just it's the way it's gonna move. This what you call a breakout right there. See how directional move, no back like any down, just rip 6, 7 straight days in a row. So trade is a trade, man. We'll find another one. Um, yeah, these ones are definitely rotating out. It's gonna take some time. So the point is that these stocks which are here, they're gonna come back here. Once they're gonna form that hook like this, then we'll buy. So it's just basically what it is, you just trading the circle. So they're gonna come. I'm 100%, but they're just not there yet. So they still gotta complete that rotation in the coming days, in a week or so. But these ones has already made that turn. Now they just will to go this way. So the only way that this will fail if this thing moves like this is what happens to Bitcoin. Remember how Bitcoin was looking a little promising, but I wasn't too sure about it. No, where's my Bitcoin? See, they were. I was like, broken pivot. It's a tough case to make. But look how they're deep. They're starting to push. It's gonna improve. But how much do you think is gonna go down? is at what, almost 86 and a half for this one. What's the ratio? Yeah, 86, momentum 95, 86.7. So it's down to 86. That's pretty extreme. BMN, whatever it is. This one, that's bigger. 87.4. See, this is the worst one. Now, do you see what it tells you? This is gonna every time the Bitcoin takes a hit, this stock is gonna take the biggest hit. It's the 100% proven fact. Rotation is gonna confirm it as well. It's just the way the structure is of this business. This entire company is running on margin leverage. Look how weak this one is compared to coin. Look where coin is and look where MSTR is. Look how IBIT and Bitcoin they trade together. This is the bet to make. If you want to play Bitcoin, if you don't have an account with Coinbase and you want to buy Bitcoin, on the this is the trade to do. IBIT. It trails exactly the same way the Bitcoin does. Not this. There is no correlation of a Bitcoin with MSTR or with coin. They're just two different paths. This is the best bet, IBIT. Anytime you want to play a bounce or you say like I want to take an overnight trade for the next day session, might give a pop, gap up, whatever the case is, IBIT. Like that's not gonna move 5, 6 points for you because it's an ETF. But this is the one that tracks the Bitcoin, not these rats. Mm-mm. I have no desire to trade MSTR. Just don't like the business model at all. The broken chart. I haven't even looked at that MSTR. Oh, there you go. 223 target. It did hit yesterday. It was around here, 250, 60 or something. I was like, this is gonna be next. Yeah, this thing rolls over. Next is 185. Right there. If Bitcoin got a little more heavy. Down 16.5%. I guess. Oh, volume yesterday. It just one day bounce. It just doesn't give you much. Coin, same thing. So, man, it's just nothing good. Rotation is just, I don't even know some of these, like, if I mean, I don't even know these companies. Just looking at this, forget about this one. Hyatt, yes. I mean, AC, I've heard about it, but no, know much anything about it as a retail. But there's 400 stocks. I'm sure there's some of them are there. I don't want to run a 400 scan. It's going to be way too much. You're not going to see anything. There's going to be so many stocks on the screen. But yeah, mid cap is, I don't really want to go 2000. That's going to be crazy. Some of those small cap stocks can do those. You can do a 600 small cap. Those are just going to be those Ruben style stocks. Those dollar stock that he always looking for, dollar, $2 stocks that are all right in a small cap. And do a 1500 scan. I mean, it's the same thing. It's gonna expand more. Oops, I don't want to do the weakening one. Do this. They're gonna pick up all the Dell everything because 1500 is gonna have a lot of stocks. Huge scan taking some time. Still did in 20 seconds. I wanna go this one. Oh no, sorry, this is still 500. Oh boy. Damn, it's going. Ooh, it's a huge scan, 178 stocks. Now I gotta filter them down again down to, yeah, see, all of them are here that we already saw. Yeti, you know, Wyndham Hotel right there. So it's picking up all the 500 stocks, addition to all the mid cap stocks. There's gonna be some names in there, but again, I'm not just more with lazy boy and stuff. You see, like, well, okay, no need to be too desperate. This rotation will improve. 100% it will. They're, I'm gonna keep running them and see what else shows. And got Abby here. Then we just gonna, oh, that's the higher bar scan. Never mind. The best one I like to do 200 is instead of even going to 500, 200 is perfect. Better liquidity stocks, and uh, instead of instead of doing 100, you can go 200. Shows you 30 names. Open watch list. We need to confirm. Look at that disaster. Jeez. Four stocks out of 200. You know, that met the criteria. Look at him. He's gonna take another day or two if the swing turns up. Yeah, like Home Depot, like Costco. So there's you see like some of these names here that they're like, okay, hey, you know what? Yeah, I'll trade that. T-Mobile we traded once. You know, Newmont is up. That's fine. It's all up. Down we're just William, Union Pacific. Spotify just had earning PM. PM is moving lately. Had a pretty big move yesterday. Netflix right there. It has a right there. That's what I said. Netflix the other yesterday. That has a buy signal. Medtronic has, but the swings are down. That's why I just Costco. Like, this is all good. Perfect. Yeah, amazing. Looks good. Great. But not this. I need. We need this. So okay. I don't need scan signal attack. All right, I gotta go. Tired. God, I went to bed yesterday at 9:30. Woke up at 5:15. Slept so good. I didn't know where my kind of like woke up. My eyes were kind of like swollen. Like I looked like a chipmunk. Slept so long. Just tired. I haven't taken My power naps in the last 2, 3 days. It's a problem. That's why I need to go back to my old schedule. Sleep for like 15, 20 minutes during after the close.
Oh,
Hmm.
can you take a
Yes,
look at those nuclear power stocks and the AI data center stocks that went down quite a bit? So
they're not into this. Those stocks are separate, like the minerals. Which one are we talking about? Minerals or nuclear?
nuclear power and
Oh,
AI data center.
yeah, we have this folder. You see, like it's just look, all of them are down. Well, there's nothing. They're all cooling off. So I don't know where these stocks. They might be what in mid cap. You know, probably mid cap stocks or something. But I know it's the consultation, energy corp, this and that. I mean, these some are low. I don't know about those Oklo and stuff. Like I don't know where they. But if I'm gonna run 500 S&P, they're not S&P 500 stocks, are they? I don't think so. We traded ETN, Eaton. It's only up 12% year to date. Oh, they're cooling off for sure. This stock was at Oklo. Yeah, I got a sell signal here. It's cool. They're all cooling off. The all swings are down now. Rotation doesn't look right. What else they have? What's the other one? ELN. It's not really giving much that much. It's still kind of sideways. It's typical. I mean, you got a huge run. Just now the price is trying to go sideways. NRG is 91%. Oh man, it's just this ugly chart. There's nothing tradable. CC CCJ. And this one took a leg down since 11.3. This thing is down 3. This thing is down 7 days in a row. Talk about a beating on a stock. 7 straight days. Damn, yesterday got even. Oh, buyer showed up. This rotation is trying to improve though. This showing some signs. Very few they're turning up. The rest of them are still down. So there's some names here in minerals. It's a mineral folder. That's the MP is the worst one right now. PLG, CDA, these four are the way far. RGLD. What's this? Oh, took a beating right there. It's trying to fight this 200. Royal Gold. But again, these we go off with the ones on the top. VPM. You see, all the gold ones are the ones actually showing this. AN. Geez, I don't even know, man. Who is this? What is this guy's name? He's the one who gave me all these stickers. IAGCGC KGC. Jeez, jeez. There you go. I got a buy signal here. It's the same. Yeah, NEM. There's some of these gold ones. I think they're ready to move next week. Yeah, rotation trying to improve. This one move doesn't even. He's like a run 1.8 year stock, $1. Yeah, it's just traded no alpha. That's good. AI. So we have a nuclear sector, we have a minerals stocks, and we have a AI infrastructure. So all these stocks here. Okay, so or even this one, just can think last 2 days it just went this way. Just we have 70 days on this trade, so it's a very long time. So let's give another couple days and see if it can move up, market can recover. Yeah, this thing just then we'll manage. We'll see what we can do. It's a lot of time, so I'm not definitely fighting anything short. I went like 70 days on a diagonal spread on this one just to stay a little bit more tilt to the upside. But overall market with this AI definitely not helping this trade at the moment. AMD, MU, the iron. These are all the AI, like, the folder that I made, ALAB one here. See, there's nothing here that is rotating in because it's gonna show it showed up on a scan. Now the sucker just went over there because of the sell-off we just had. Look at the Microsoft slicing to right between CDNS, Baba. I haven't looked at these Chinese names at all. What is this Baba doing? Ah, pretty sideways. It has a sell signal, but it's kind of, yeah, that looks like some sort of fourth wave. I just go like this. One, two, three, and some sort of a fourth wave that could give this push to the upside. So put one, two, three, possibly a triangle four. Hmm. I I don't trade any Chinese stocks. So if you want to make a case for this one, you go if this is a triangle and hold like this, like this like this. So now I have an A, B, C. You can just label this. Oh, do an A, B, C, B, E. It looks like one because the rotation is, so you just take A here, B here. This is a C. This is going to be a D, then E. You have an A, B, C, D, E. Then it goes. So you just For now, gotta watch this range. Well, if the swing is down anyways, but if it managed to recover, turn the swing up or something, and then it's different. But it looks like a triangle to me for sure. So kind of. So your upside pivot breakout is 192. Stock is up 96% year to date. That's pretty amazing. Palantir sell yesterday bounced right from that pivot low. So it has a sell. Same thing with Nvidia. Like gotta take it easy for the next day or two, to be honest. I'm just too many sell signal triggered this week since last Tuesday, you know? Tuesday morning, I usually looked more after an hour when market kind of, settle down after an hour, shakeouts, like, whenever it opens. Is when I really kind of look into it to see like what triggered yesterday. And yeah, Tuesday was just, man, what's going on? Like, I looked at like a lot of these major stock names and everything, and I was like, something is. Like, well, then I was kind of waiting to see how we close. Well, then we end up closing with the outside bar. I was like, okay, but we'll see. We'll see what you're gonna do. It's a full round trip from here to here. Look at that. As a matter, this is the outside monthly bar. Oh, this interesting. Oh, I have yeah, monthly chart here. Here you go. See? Ah, yeah, this Palantir, you see, got the month. It's gonna end the month. Yeah, next month doesn't look good for Palantir. Hasn't even had a single lower bar since March of 2025. All higher highs. Huh. Signal was there. Yeah, the year probably end for this. The breeze making a big, huge bet on this stock. Outside monthly bar for November. Interesting. Tesla has the same thing as well. Gotta be a little careful. Tesla has a monthly sell signal as well for December. Well, we need to see where this month close. It can go up. It's just gonna stay. It's given an early warning. It's not confirmed until the price actually close until last day of the month. These are just the early signs. Look at this daily, man. I'm watching this. Like, what the, how is this thing is coming at it hard? Tesla is just very range bound. I ended the week with the outside bar. So the very narrow range, the 60-point range between from here to here, 60 points. So it's just moving back and forth, 10, 15 points up and down every day. Yeah, some of these NVIDIA is okay. Yeah, it's okay. NVIDIA got hit here. And NVIDIA is fine. And NVIDIA, look at this. Bearish structure for next week. So we're gonna watch these stocks next week. Bearish week. These names are on the weekly time frame. A bearish pattern for next week. Here. So and this one is meaning that I mean it could flip, but for next week, these stocks you gotta be closely watching. Notice the see anywhere the red box is. See this red box failed, so you're gonna have to watch this. It's a bearish pattern. This one was failed. Bullish pattern. Anywhere you have a green box next week, continuation to the upside. Everywhere you have a red box is the bearish pattern to the downside. Bearish pattern of, oh boy. CDW, Dell, Eaton, GE, oh boy. Corning, Robinhood. So watch this. It's been a very long time since here that this red box popped. All green. Hammer right there. Watch this. Well, basically, you just gotta watch this low. This low, 120. Friday low. Intel, ALA, NVIDIA. NVIDIA is a little tricky. Kept you next week, you see? Kept you now inside. No, that's the higher bar. Palantir. I don't even know how much. Yeah, wall swing just turned down, took out this low. Take two. Uber, VRTX, Wells Fargo. And these are the names to watch. That's all. Keep an eye. These have just ended the week with a bearish candle pattern. That's what it means. So, but that doesn't mean the price cannot reverse. Of course it can. But these are the ones to kind of keep an eye on them. Bullish side, weekly. Oh, 44 names. Kind of went sideways. So the ones they have swing up on a weekly time frame, so it may has a very good chance that the price is gonna pop, right? Right there. So it already confirmed the swing is up. So if it has a candle pattern along with the direction of the swing is already up, so it has a pretty good chance for the stock to move next week as well. For Thermo Fisher, I'm not worried about oh boy, it's a huge move for the week. Probably earnings or something, I guess. STE, Health, Technology, Sempra, Oak. Oh, not that bad. Weekly swing is up as well. Oh, interesting. Oh, yes, man, this thing is rebound. 562. Oh, after earnings, of course. HST, Halliburton, HAL, GM. Man, look at this stock, General Motors. Jeez, look at Tesla. Want to look at this. Do this. Compare Tesla to GM. They're not bad. Catching up. Tesla was way outperforming. Now they're so what am I? Okay, I gotta go. Okay. All right. Have a good rest of the day. Weekend, whatever your plan is. Gonna move around, stretch. I went for a long walk. My leg hurts. Like, okie dokie.